Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Study Point. In this lesson, we are gonna learn about the ratios. Well, what's the word ratios? Ratio is the comparison of two numbers by division. Well, that's true, but it's also a little confusing. It's confusing because most of us think about comparing the numbers as trying to decide if the number is greater than, less than, or equal to another number. But with ratios, we are not trying to compare numbers like that. Instead, we are really trying to see how two numbers relate to each other. So, ratio is defined as a relationship between two numbers by division. Well, to see what the by division part really means, let's look at an example of a ratio. Mathematically, ratios and fractions are the same thing. It's just that when we use a fraction in a particular way, we call it a ratio. Well, like I was saying, ratios are basically just like fractions. Ratios are used all the time to represent all sorts of things in a real world situations. Let's see examples to help you really understand what the ratios are. There are 3 oranges in a bowl containing a 12 piece of fruit. What is the ratio of oranges to the total amount of fruit? In this picture, you could say that the ratio of oranges to the total fruit is the 3:12. And you can also write it in the standard deviation from 3 oranges over total fruit. They are just different ways to write the same ratio. After simplifying, the ratio of oranges to total fruit would be 1:4. Let's see another example. There are 120 boys and 180 girls in a classroom. What is the ratio of boys to girls? And you could also write it in the standard deviation from 120 boys over 180 girls. They are just different way to write the same ratio. After simplifying, the ratio of boys to girls would be 2:3. As always, thanks for watching Study Point.